Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a luxury haul. I have a couple of different items here. So I have some Labubus, as you've seen on the thumbnail there. And then I've also got some fragrance, and I have two bag reveals. I have one from Louis Vuitton and one from Chanel. So before I dive into today's video, if you are new to my channel and you like all things luxury, if you like fashion, handbags, beauty, makeup, all that sort of stuff. I do a mixture of everything on this channel, and then occasionally I do some investigative content as well. Let's get into today's haul video. So I do have some new fragrances from Dossier. I actually have done a couple of collabs already with them on my channel. I actually bought some of their fragrances as well for Christmas. Basically, in a nutshell, they are made in France. They source all their high quality ingredients actually from within France as well. But their perfumes are impressions of so many different luxury brands. So you really get bang for your buck when you do buy from Dossier. I actually have one here that I actually got for my husband for Valentine's Day. Another thing to note, I'm actually in Australia, so Dossier only just recently launched in Australia. I think it was last year they launched here. So if you are in Australia, I highly recommend to check them out because the pricing is great. But they do also have other worldwide locations that they do ship to as well. So this one here is Aromatic Star Anise. This one is actually the impression of the Dior Sauvage cologne. It's a moderate kind of clean smell. The impression of this, I would say, is actually really spot on. The other one I have here is Amber Cherry. This is actually an impression of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, which is such a super popular fragrance. This is actually a best seller for Dossier, and the Tom Ford Lost Cherry fragrance is the same. However, this is such a far more affordable price point. Oh, and this is such a great scent. And it smells just like the Tom Ford Lost Cherry fragrance. So the next one I have here is Floral Marshmallow. This is an impression of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. I actually haven't smelled the original of this one, but this is such a strong scent. It's got such a sweet smell to it. The last one I have here is actually an impression of a Chanel fragrance. So the Dossier one is called Woody Hyacinth, and this is an impression of Chanel's Chance. Oh, this smells just like it. It is spot on. Definitely my favorite out of all of them. So Dossier does do some great impressions of luxury brand perfumes, designer perfumes at such an affordable price point. But I do have a flash sale link in the description bar down below that gets you 10% off on the Dossier website. So if you are in Australia, I definitely recommend you check them out. But if you are anywhere else in the world, definitely recommend to have a look on their website, see if you can actually get their perfumes as well, because they are just a great price point. I cannot stress that enough. And the fragrances really do smell like their impressions anyway. So yeah, you're getting great value for money right there. So everything is going to be linked down below in the description bar to shop Dossier perfumes. So before we get into the bags that I have to reveal to you guys, I actually have three Labubus. These are the three Labubus that I got. So this is the Monster in the Clouds. So he's got like cute wings at the back there and like a kind of monster tail. Super duper cute. Got cute silver nose and silver detailing on the face. I love it. So it's got like a silver white theme. Super cute. This one's a collaboration one, I think. I'm not 100% sure what this one is, but it is super duper cute. This one's super cute. It's got like a bow on the back and a tail. It's got bows in the eyes, and then it's got flowers on the side of its head as well, and some hearts there. The other one I have is actually a scented one. It smells just like flowers. This one smells so good. This is Close to Sweet, if I remember correctly. That's the name of this one. And this one's got like a heart nose and then the flower on the top, and it's got a pink tag, so I'm probably going to cut that off because it's actually a really long tag. So these are the three Labubus that I picked up. I know that not everybody loves them. I know that some people don't like them on the handbags. They don't like to see them like that. You know, whatever, each to their own. I actually, from time to time, enjoy dressing up my handbags. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes depending on what I'm wearing or the mood I'm in, I will just put nothing on the handbag and it'll just literally be my handbag to speak for itself. Now on to my couple of handbag reveals. I'm actually going to start off with my Louis Vuitton one. So this has actually come from 24S. However, I actually am not the one that bought it. I actually got this handbag from one of my friends. You know, she's been following me for a very long time, since the early days. She's actually based in Australia as well, and I have helped her out when it comes to like rehoming things and stuff like that, like consigning items. It's actually been a long time since I have added a Louis Vuitton bag to my collection, and this bag, like not this exact like print, but I actually wanted this bag. I actually was thinking about getting it in the monogram canvas for a little while now, but I was like, oh, I might wait a bit until it comes up, like, you know, cheaper on the pre-loved market, because it's actually a newer like sizing release of the bag. And I also have a bit of some tips to share with you about storing these bags, because she did actually unfortunately make some mistakes when it came to storing this bag. So when I got it, there were some issues. Okay, it was a great deal, you know, we chatted about it and I reminded her the best way to store your handbag so she avoids it in the future, but I want to share my knowledge with you guys as well. So let's open it up. I bought from one of my friends a Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis East-West handbag. Now this is actually a limited edition one, as you can see. It is not in the monogram canvas, so it is not a classic style. I'm not 100% sure what the collection was. I'll put it on the screen. I know she told me, but I totally forgot. I'm not big on Louis Vuitton. As I said, I haven't unboxed a Louis Vuitton handbag in so long. It's not really my niche. I more know about Chanel, Hermes, and Dior. That's probably my like most bought luxury handbags. Louis Vuitton, I've kind of just fallen into the abyss of knowing about what they're doing, because back in the day, I used to love Louis Vuitton. It was the first luxury brand that I ever collected, and I had so many Louis Vuitton bags, but I just kind of felt like they overproduce so much, keep churning out different styles, that you just couldn't keep up with it. So I kind of was like, I suppose Chanel is the same, but Chanel doesn't name their handbag. So they kind of make it a revolving door situation themselves, whereas Louis Vuitton names it. So you kind of thinking, is this a classic? Is it not? Is it going to stay? Is it just going to, you know, come and go? Like, it's kind of, I just cannot keep up with Louis Vuitton. I don't know how it works, what they do, what their game plan is for their stuff, but I just haven't gotten into it because of it, because it's just such a churn out and the styles just keep on changing. So the Pochette Métis is actually a classic bag. It's been around for a while. I've actually gone through a few different Pochette Métises, but this is the East-West, which is a new edition. The normal Pochette Métis is more like a square kind of shape. It's kind of like this, but more like, you know, deeper, a bit wider, that kind of thing. That's what I love about buying actually a lot of the time pre-loved luxury handbags, or buying from like Europe where it's cheaper, because if I do change my mind, chances are actually don't really lose any money at all now. Like back in the day, I used to always buy brand new from the store at Australian retail pricing, and now I don't really do that, like hardly ever, because if you change your mind, you just end up losing money a lot of the time. Like because prices are going up so much, they're not really retaining their value anymore, whereas Hermes is a bit different because of how they play their game sort of thing. But all the other brands, a lot of the time it doesn't tend to really hold its value. So yeah, anyways, let me show you a quick overrun of the bag. So I've still got the tags on. I'm actually going to cut all these off because they're kind of getting in the way, and I am keeping this bag because it is unique. So this is how the lock looks at the front. Nothing's changed. It's the classic Pochette Métis lock. I'm also going to take off the stickers as well, because you really should, and we'll get into that in a moment, but really do not leave stickers on your bag. They are so bad for it to leave it on. There are particular hardwares where you can get away with it, where they tend to stay okay. Just like this one on the front actually is such a great quality hardware that they tend to use with their locks. However, I have seen issues, but I don't typically see issues with leaving the stickers on, but you just really shouldn't if you can avoid it. There is one handbag in particular that I do leave the sticker on, and that's the Hermes Constance, because I hate that buckle getting scratched up. Otherwise, everything else, I take the stickers off because it is a bad thing to leave them on. So that's the inside. It's got different compartments, just like the Pochette Métis typically does, and then a zippered section right there. And then at the back of the bag, it's got a zipper at the back too for more pockets. So very useful. Then it's got a cute little top handle right there. Chain strap. It's actually got two sets of D-rings, so I've set it up so that this strap is actually on the lower ring, and I could actually put the crossbody strap on the top one. But if I was just using it as like an actual like handbag with this, I'd want to move this strap up the top and have it on those top D-rings. So I do like that they've added the extra one. I think that that's just that little bit more detail and convenience for people, so they've obviously thought about that for their customers, which is good. I do appreciate that. And this is the other strap. So this is actually adjustable. It can pretty much go crossbody, but if you are tall, it's not going to be great as a crossbody. It's just not going to be long enough, unfortunately, in my opinion. That was it at its like short length strap. You just pull it up like so. And now it's got these snap buttons that you snap it into. So then it's actually like that instead. So you can see here that they're snapped together. So with this bag, what happened was when I got it, and she didn't know because she'd actually kept it brand new and just stored it away in the dust bag, in the box, in her closet, which is the biggest mistake that you can make with your handbags. Never ever leave them in the box at all, like ever. Never leave them in the box. Like if you have to leave your bag in the box, leave it in the box for like a maximum of like 1 month to like, that's it, like 1 month at the very most. And even then, like I've had to leave bags in boxes if I am delayed to do an unboxing. I will put in one of those like fresh packets, like the ones that soak up moisture. I chuck them in the box to make sure that if, just in case, it can remove the moisture that might actually get trapped in there. When you get moisture trapped in these boxes, that's when you get issues. Basically on this strap in particular, there was a lot of tarnish where it had actually decayed through the metal. So now there is actually residual scratches left over on the metal. Even though I've removed all the tarnish, you probably can't see it because my camera's a bit crappy. My camera's not going to show it, but I'll zoom in on my phone and show it on the screen. Basically, even though I've removed all the tarnish, there are still scratches all on the hardware, like chips like taken off, kind of like a big like dent in the hardware kind of thing. Like the surface of the actual metal has decayed. And even with it being removed, the tarnish being removed, yeah, there's so many scratches on it, like deep marks on it from where all that decay had occurred. So it is so bad to leave your bags in boxes. Never do it. It's really bad. It destroys the hardware. You can get serious tarnish issues like this one had. But it's funny because they've obviously got different quality of plating and metals on this bag, whereas this strap had no issue whatsoever. So they must be using a very high quality metal in there and done a great job of plating. Same as the buckle as well. The zipper had some issues, like not the actual zipper pull, but the end tabs have some tarnish on them, but not bad or anything. It was this strap that was the major issue. But unfortunately, that does occur quite often, no matter the bag that you have. Even with Hermes bags, I even have to upkeep with them and remove the tarnish on the screws because they get tarnished. And if it spreads, it can actually eat into the rest of the metal. It is such a big problem that the upkeep of handbags, some particular handbags, some particular hardwares, can be really quite annoying. But the worst thing that you can ever do is leave your bags in their box. That is the absolute worst thing that you can do. You're pretty much guaranteed to have metal decay, metal rot happening. It's such a high risk, like a high chance of it actually happening. And then you'll have an issue where if it does do that, like what happened now with the rivets on this strap, now it'll always have those like dents in them and that decayed metal where you can see that it's like it's been beat up and scratched up real bad, but it hasn't actually ever been used. And then the other thing as well is because I had to clean it off using an industrial strength polish cleaner, like the stuff that you literally use on like tires, like metal rims, that stuff is so strong that it actually removes a layer of the gold plating as well. So I've actually pretty much abrasively removed a layer of the plating. So the plating now is actually lighter than what it was before as well. It doesn't look obvious, thankfully enough. Like you wouldn't even know that that's happened, that kind of thing. Like especially from this distance, you would have absolutely no idea. But up close, I can see all those scratches and all the issues with the actual rivets themselves. I can see all the scratches in them. But the other thing too is that because it's taken off a layer of the plating and because it's already had the tarnish and oxidization issues, it actually will come back. Like you're guaranteed that it will come back because it's kind of like it's compromised the metal structure already and it's more likely to get tarnish and decay easily again. Also, it may actually just still be residual tarnish there and then it spreads and it grows again and then you have tarnished metal. But when you catch it early on, it's actually much easier to clean with just a normal gold polishing cloth. So I'll leave that link down below, the Connoisseur's gold polishing cloth. I use that all the time for gold hardware and it's great. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough to remove the tarnish on this because it was so bad. I had to use an industrial strength one. So it's not ideal to use, but I'm going to leave another video link down below, which is actually my Chanel restoration video when I restored a vintage Chanel bag. And that's where I had to use that same industrial strength polish cleaner because the grommets on the bag had really bad decay and tarnish. It's always grommets and rivets. So things like this, snap buttons, rivets, grommets, those are always the poorest quality of metals that they use with luxury bags for some reason. They use really shit quality, unfortunately, and they always tend to have those tarnish issues, especially screws as well. Like screws tend to also have that issue as well. And that's what I noticed with the Hermes hardware, that the screws had the same problem. And I think it's because they hand pearl it, that it takes off some of the metal too. So yeah, just that would be the main thing I want you to even take from this video when it comes to any of these handbags I reveal to you. Just do not store any of your handbags in their box. If you have handbags in the box right now and it's been more than a month, and for some reason you need to keep them in there, you need to be running a dehumidifier. You need to make sure you've got like some kind of moisture absorber there. Do so at your own risk if you're going to put those moisture absorber packets in, because you could have issues with them. The best thing is like a dehumidifier. It's far less risk to be running a dehumidifier, but the best thing is to just not leave them in their box. If you're going to leave them in the dust bag, that's fine. There's some circulation happening in there. There's a bit of air movement, but maybe moisture might get trapped, it might not, but it's still a slight risk, but not as bad as a box. You're like, boxes are big, no, don't do it. Awful, really bad. I actually run a dehumidifier often because where I am, we get a bit of humidity, but yeah, I run a dehumidifier in this open closet. So even open bags, not in dust bags, not in boxes, I still run a dehumidifier. But yeah, that's the bag. I pretty much wanted that to be the main emphasis of me unboxing this bag, is to remind you guys, don't leave your bags in boxes. I don't want you guys to destroy your bags and ruin the hardware and then have to pay to go and get them replaced. Like eventually I'll have to get that probably replaced if the tarnish returns quite quickly. Then I may as well just go and get the whole strap like replaced, all the hardware on it. But it's not ideal. Like I don't really want to be going without my bag for a while just to get it replaced. The best thing is prevention. Always prevention. Don't leave handbags in boxes. But yeah, what do you reckon of this bag? Look at that. It's so gorgeous. It's got like a beautiful iridescence to it, but it's like a denim color as well. So it's definitely wearable. Let me know what you think. Very unique. I love unique bags, and I like that east-west kind of bag. Would you like me to do reviews again? I don't really do handbag reviews anymore, but if you guys want me to do it, I can. I noticed that I just don't really get the views on handbag reviews. Like, no one's really interested in it. Reviews, views, whatever. Sounded weird. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do handbag reviews again. But if you want me to do handbag reviews on specific bags, I can do that. But if no one's really interested, I'm not going to do it, because filming sometimes is quite hard, especially when you've got kids as well. So I don't want to be doing something that no one's really interested in watching. Anywho's, next bag, moving on to the next one. I have another Chanel bag. You know I love Chanel bags and I love seasonal bags. So this is another seasonal handbag. Bought again in the pre-loved market. So I will leave links down below to all the places that I shop pre-loved from. I actually tend to shop from a marketplace in Japan, but I don't link it down below because, as a matter of fact, it is quite difficult to shop from unless you know how to shop from Japan and all the on-forwarding process and that sort of thing. But I will leave link down below some of my favorite pre-loved sites to shop from that are pretty simple process when it comes to buying pre-loved, and very good pricing as well. I cannot remember what collection this is from. I think it might have been Cruise Collection like a year and a half ago. Or might have been for winter collection. It might be almost 2 years ago. I'm not 100%. I had it looked up and I checked it, but I can't remember. And that's the thing, when you do buy pre-loved, they don't tend to tell you what collection it's from because they're consigning pre-loved goods, so they don't know themselves as well. It's only when you're buying from the boutique that you really are going to know what collection it's from, because they can tell you that. But I got a new white handbag. Yes, I have a new in Chanel bag. I don't know the style because Chanel doesn't put names to it. It's all white. It's kind of, actually, I don't think it's a lamb skin. I think it might actually be like a calf skin or a goat skin or something like that. It doesn't feel like a typical lamb, but then again, Chanel has actually really changed up their leathers anyway, so that sometimes even their lambskin does feel like it's not like a buttery soft lambskin anyway a lot of the time. So it's got a huge CC on the front, aged gold hardware. The strap actually can be used as a crossbody. You just have to pull it like that, and then you've got it as a long strap. But I think I would prefer to use it as a double strap bag, kind of like a pochette sort of bag, if you know what I mean. I feel like it looks nice like that. It is actually small. I thought that because it was like this style that it might actually have a little bit more give to it. But yeah, when I got it, I was like, okay, it's actually a bit smaller than I thought it would be. So that's the inside. It's got no compartments inside whatsoever. Like, there is a bit of give to it. Like, you can definitely fill it up a bit. And I feel like because it's got that open top, that it still should fit like a fairly decent amount. But not like the Pochette Matisse is, where those kind of compartments that I have really stretch out. This is like more of a flat style bag. So it's a little bit smaller than I thought. I still think I'll get a fairly okay amount of use from it. It's still bigger than some of my other small bags that hardly get use and are more for like evening use or dinner use, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know the style name of it, so I don't want to spend too much time on it because I don't know if you can even get it anymore anyway. I know it definitely won't be in stores anymore because it's been multiple collections past. But you never know, you might get lucky. They might have something in store. But yeah, the thing when it comes to pre-loved, it's really just a matter of like stalking the market, watching, waiting for right pricing, like, you know, setting up alerts for like saved sellers. I know that I do that on eBay. You know, when I buy on Japan on Rakuten, I just consistently refresh every day or so, like for new arrivals, see what's new in. Definitely when it comes to pre-loved shopping, it's a matter of watching the market. Like you have to subscribe to notifications, or you have to be willing to like check the market every day. Obviously, if you're in the position to buy it, of course. Otherwise, if you're not, well, then it can be a bit of a pain if you're not ready yet, because you'll see something come up, and if it's a great deal and you can't get it, it'll just fly off the shelf and it'll be gone. But yeah, that's what I do love about pre-loved shopping though. Great deals, such a wide variety. Like there are bags there that you may have missed out on at store. There are going to be bags there that not everybody has, because seasonal bags tend to get rehomed more often than classic bags, I noticed. There might be bags there that no one has because, you know, seasonal bags, there are so many from Chanel that we don't even get to see all of them actually. Some of them are only released even in certain countries or certain sizes for different countries, colors, that kind of thing. Especially in Australia, we miss out on a lot. So I do love shopping pre-loved. I feel like I get far more variety pre-loved than what I ever would actually at a boutique anyway. Plus the price point at the boutique is always so much more expensive, whereas like the seasonal bags don't hold their value. You can always get them for great prices. I feel like this was a fairly good price considering that it's got that big CC buckle as well. It's such a statement kind of buckle there, and it's magnetic too, so it's got a great kind of closure to it. But yeah, what do you reckon? 2 new bags, Louis Vuitton and Chanel. Probably capacity wise, they're probably about the same, just because this one doesn't expand. But I don't know, maybe this one fits a little bit more because it is a little bit bigger. But what do you reckon? Which do you like more, the Pochette Métis in this design or the Chanel white kind of moon, half moon bag? What do you reckon? Which one do you like? I don't even know which one I like out of the two more. I think I might actually go with the Louis Vuitton. I feel like I like this one more just because it's so unique, and that design is just stunning, and it's been a while since I've added a Louis Vuitton bag anyway, so I'm very happy with it. But yeah, that is it. I'm going to leave the link to shop Dossier fragrances down below, as well as that flash discount link as well. All my favorite pre-loved shopping sites, and any places that maybe in the US that you can get Labubus, because it's a lot easier for you guys than it is for us in Australia, unfortunately. But it is very easy to get Dossier if you are in Australia though. So yeah, open up the description bar, and I will see you guys in my next video.